Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylee if you're new. If you haven't, please like, comment, and subscribe and turn on those post notifications. I'm just about to show y'all how I stay organized in college. So if you don't know, I'm a junior at college and I'm majoring psychology. So I'm just gonna show y'all how I have a 4.0, so I'm gonna show y'all how I kind of keep my all A's and how I do all that. A planner. So this is my planner. I just got it at like Walmart. It's just a plain old planner. And it just has the month and I just put in. So let me just show you. So here's my planners. I have goals. This is for January and it's like February 5th. So these are like my class, and I put everything I have to do studying. I'm in a research lab, so I do that a lot on Fridays and into Thursdays, and my work schedule and all this stuff. And then I color code everything over here. And then here's February. And here is how it looks like, and these are future tests we have. So yes. So I write everything down and I color code everything. I kind of have goals. My goals for this is kind of more to get to closer to God and read my Bible a bit more consistently, to keep like steady all A's so I can have a good start and not be having to make certain grades by the end of the semester like I did last semester. And I need to focus harder. I'm getting a bit distracted, but I feel like I'm coming back into getting used to that, back into that routine. So I color coordinate everything so I know like this is my psychology stats, this is positive psych, this, you know, whichever class it is. And then on your syllabus, they are all going to, most all teachers, or all my teachers, give a syllabus and they say which each day's test. And I put down each day of which that test is so I know in advance. But usually most teachers will also like 2 class periods before a test to be like, okay, not next class, but the one after that, there's gonna be the test. And so you usually get a heads up too with the teacher. And I look at the syllabus and I make sure I put when test, and for one of my classes we have a paper due, so I also write that down when a paper is due. So that is just a must have for me to make sure I can stay organized. And then also like usually every Sunday I get kind of my mind right for what do I need to prioritize for my next week. So today's Sunday, I have my first psychology stats class Wednesday, which is a very important class for psychology majors. So, and we're reviewing tomorrow. I have it tomorrow, so I'm reviewing for that class tomorrow. So I'm gonna probably do all tonight, and I have work 8 to 12, and that I usually have time to study during that time too. And that class is at 12:30. So tonight and tomorrow, I'm gonna really prioritize studying for that class. And then I had an online quiz I wrote down as one of my homework. I already did that. I had to do this virtue thing where you saw like this homework thing where we had to write down what our strengths and weaknesses are. I already did that. But I have not read for my behavior modification class yet for the next chapter we're doing, because it helps a lot if you read the chapter beforehand, before coming to class, so you already have a good piece of knowledge of what's going on. So I'll try and do that kind of in between, like, okay, I can take a little break now from that, but so I'm gonna do that all Sunday night and then all at work and reviewing. So when I go to review, I really have an understanding what's going on and can see what I need to work on, what I may need to ask the teacher, and different things like that. So that's something really big to help me with that. Another thing that I love that helps me stay organized is Quizlet. I love making Quizlets. That's all I do. I used to write down my notes, like while the teacher was going through PowerPoints, I would just write down my notes. But I realized that's just because I would just write down my notes and then I put them straight into my Quizlet. So it was like a lot of time when I could have just been studying. So now I just decided to do straight Quizlets. So I put everything like, here's my stats Quizlet, and then like, And like here, like I put everything in question form where it's like question, answer, and then anything that's like defined, I put it down, and that just is so much better for me. And like that's what I did for my behavior modification class, and it just helped me so much. Here's my like behavior modification stuff, and I made an A on the test by just doing this Quizlet and just studying off the Quizlet. And there's also my stats if you couldn't see earlier. Another big thing I think helps is you also have to be realistic about your schedule and know that things are gonna pop up on different days. You may not get to get all the stuff you want done in that day. You may just be not feeling it that day and get distracted more easily than you normally do. So what really helps me is I always make sure like I stay really like advanced in all my stuff. Like when we're going over chapter 1, when maybe I could maybe it's like all I gotta do is take notes this week, and it's not, you know, I really don't have nothing. I make sure to kind of review and do a little bit more effort, so when that week comes, it's like I'm not having to do 100, like put in everything I have to it. So make sure you take each class period. Like maybe you're going over chapter 1 and the test isn't for another 3 weeks. I'm still like kind of reading the chapters, reviewing, so I don't have so much on me the week of a test. So make sure to stay like really in advance and make like prioritize. Like it's very important that, so like what I have to do, like I need to make sure like my 2 things I need to get done are review and make sure to read behavior modification. But since behavior modification is not till Tuesday and today's Sunday, I'm gonna make sure I need to review anything I have time. Like those are my 2 main things I have to do. But I also have a research lab, and I need to look up like 10 journals for nursing in the public health field. Well, that's not due till Friday, so I may like, it's okay if I don't get to start on that until a later time. And then also need to help start our CV, which is kind of like a resume, and it's okay if I don't start that till, that's not due till like 2 weeks from Friday, but it's like okay, but it's on my mind, so I know like that is my next step if I'm not doing anything. Like you just keep your stuff back in mind, but it's okay if you don't get to certain things, but just make sure like I'm thinking of stuff that's 2 weeks needs to be due, and it's just in my mind, so I'm not just rushing, and that just helps me stay organized and doesn't make me have all this pressure on myself if I don't get certain stuff done. So make sure and staying like really in advance, and that's what this does help me. And I get emails, my research lab, so we get emails like, okay, like we always get emails about it, and it's like always in that like to-do list, so it's kind of like known. But that's why it helps to like look at that syllabus, and I'm constantly checking on making sure what stuff do, I'm not missing nothing. Like I'm always checking that, and that's why it helps to like do like what test is there. Like I know after this week, after my stats test, I have a positive psychology test, not that next following week, but the week after on that Monday. So I know I need to start kind of reviewing over different terms and stuff like that week. So make sure I stay like really in advance, and that really is a big helpful thing. So I'm taking 6 classes, 2 are online and 4 in person. The normal is 5 usually for college, but I'm having to take 6 because one of my classes is only 1 credit, and usually like they're 3. So anyway, so I'm taking 1 credit classes, so that's why I'm taking a 1 credit class. So, which is careers in psychology. So online classes basically work like everything's due Sunday at midnight, and then everything opens like kind of like Monday at 8 or whatever, like Monday morning. So I'm gonna do so I have that due, and it's not really that much. I'm taking intro to counseling, which is really going over the slides, doing a paragraph about how you felt about what you read in the slides, and then doing a quiz. And then careers in psychology is also just a quiz based on a little video that we watch. So I also have that to do by Monday, tomorrow morning, that when it opens, because I've already done it. So like I have all this in mind. So now I'm like, when I prepare my mind, it's like, okay, I'm gonna review for stats and read behavior modification all between Sunday night tonight and before 12 o'clock tomorrow while I'm at work, because I'm able to do work. I'm able to do homework when I'm at work. That's my 2 main goals I gotta get done. That's it. And then, all right. And then since my test is Wednesday, reviewing it after Monday, my whole thing's gonna be reviewing until Wednesday. And then Wednesday night, and then after Wednesday night, my priority is gonna be getting my online homework done. And I should get all that done by Wednesday night, because it's not too much. So I should get all that done by Wednesday night. And then Thursday, my research lab is gonna be my main priority from then on. Well, Thursday and Friday, and then I also have time. And then, so this following week that's coming up, which is gonna be like February 6th through that whole week, is graduate school like interviewing week. So they're gonna be all busy that week, so we're not gonna be able to meet Friday. So this stuff is really due like later when we have our meeting, but that is gonna be my priority Thursday when I go in, because we have to do 6 hours. I do it Thursday from like 1:30 to 4:30, and then I'll just go there for 3 hours in the morning, or I don't know. Anyways, that's gonna be my priority from Thursday on. So it's like, now I've sectioned off which days are for everything, and now it helps me like, okay, and I don't feel, and I make sure not to do too much. Like I feel like I do a good enough amount to where it's like realistic. And then after I'm finished my research stuff Thursday and Friday, that weekend I'll start preparing, getting ready to start reviewing for my positive psychology. Like start, okay, let me get these tidbits in and make sure so I don't pushing everything all into 2 or 3 days or whatever a night. That stresses me out. So it's like sectioning each 2 days of, okay, this is the focus for that day, this is the focus for that way, so I don't feel like I don't even know where to start when I grab my computer. And then you start getting distracted. I don't even know where to start. And then you just get distracted because you don't even know where to start. So it's like I have my goals each week of what I need to get done personally. Like this is stuff I need to get done. And that just helps me a lot, because it feels like, okay, I know exactly what I'm doing as soon as I pick up my computer. And that just helps me make sure I know what I'm doing. So those are just kind of my tricks. So a calendar literally from Walmart, like 10, I don't know how much they are, $10? That's not much. That sounds too much. Maybe $5. This was like, they're cheap. And then you just color coordinate everything. Make sure to look at your syllabus, do the days that everything's due. Make sure you write down your homework. And then I just love, these are my pens, like I love them. And then I personally like Quizlet because it helps test you with your information, and it's just right there. Like you don't have to get all this paper. I love it so much being on the computer, but personally, whatever works best for you. Just, and spend that time studying. Make sure you do a little bit every week and not just do 2 weeks. You're not doing anything basically, and then that 1 week you're like pushing everything. Like build yourself up little by little, and that way when it's like the night before a test, you're basically just reviewing, and it's like literally night before a test, I'm literally just reviewing it. I know that, I know that, and I'm watching All American or something. And then so do that with the flashcards, and then plan out your week. Like, okay, Monday, Tuesday I have to get this done, Wednesday, Thursday I have to get this done, and then Friday I have to get this done, and the weekend, this is what I need to focus on for the weekend. And then start looking at what you have to do for next week. So make sure you plan, okay, I need to do this, 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 and everything's organized into like sections, because I don't like mixing one thing into another. I have to get this done, and then I'll work on this next class, and then after that class I'll work on this class. So make sure it's sectioned, or don't, because you'll start getting everything mixed in together. Because a lot of times when you're in any major in that class, it's all like, it'll start mixing in together, and that doesn't need to happen. So those are kind of my tips and how I stay organized. I really hope that helped. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.